If we're going to deliver the Glasgow Climate Pact, and if we are to seize the opportunities and avoid the costs I've mentioned, the role of business is going to be absolutely critical. And we need the innovation, the influence and the energy of the private sector. We need changes across the breadth of our economy. And so we need action from companies to keep up the pressure and encourage action from governments around the world. We are transitioning to a clean, green future with opportunities for those who are on the front foot and risks, I'm afraid, for those who are not. We can go further. We can push with the purchasing investment power that you have to drive change, switching to clean power, swapping polluting vehicles for clean vehicles. And of course, you can work with your trade associations and your supply chains in the UK and overseas to make sustainability part and parcel of doing business.
Don't just have a net zero target at the level of your business. Think actively about what you can actually do to fuel the national transition. So don't just stick some solar panels on your roof. We'll have decarbonised electricity before you know it. Think more about the things that aren't happening so quickly in this country. Have you got a fleet of electric vehicles out there, for example? Think about how you can actually push the national transition even more quickly than it is happening through government policy.
Businesses are what is going to make the transition happen. Yes, government has a really important role to play in kind of setting the framework and enabling to happen, setting targets and regulations and those things as well. But it's really so much about business on two sides. One is how businesses will innovate, will develop the products and services, will scale up, and that will make the transition happen in the UK and across the world. And then the other is businesses looking at their own emissions as emitters themselves and very practically taking steps on that. I think what I would like to see businesses doing more of or really thinking about is the skills side. And I know sometimes I hear, people saying, well, the UK just doesn't have the skills, and kind of turning to government and saying, can you fix that? And yes, of course, we are looking at that, working on that, and whether it's T-levels or apprenticeships, and trying to make sure that we have a new generation of people with the skills needed. But I also say to businesses themselves, yourselves, think about what you can do.
It won't surprise you that an organisation like WWF will probably say a couple of things. First of all, we really do need businesses to go further and faster. I think the other thing that I would say, though, is that businesses do think long term, and you do reach into your supply chains, you reach into your business models. I think you are very well equipped to start to take on this issue, not just for this year, but actually for many years to come as well.
I think that we have a vision together, business and government, of the better lives we can bring, not just avoiding climate disaster, but better lives, cleaner air, good jobs at decent wages for people, clean energy, and that's the vision that I would like to implement with business.
We are not going to be able to decarbonise or achieve net zero without our partnerships. And so there was a really big question around, well, whose role is it? And I think that is everyone's role.
To popularise net zero, which is what you're describing, I think you need great B2C companies that know how to build great products and services. Some of the examples in the economy, whether or not it's on packaging or food or heating solutions, I think those are the things that turn this from a global emergency, problem for governments, problem for COP, to something I, as a member of the public, can do something with. And I think it is businesses that will popularise climate change through doing the things we do best, which is innovative products and services that make customers' lives better. I think that's the stuff that's going to make the most difference.